Welcome, everyone. We're diving deep into Rotex technologies today.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, exploring what they do, their expertise and impact on
Yeah.
engineering, especially in the world of sustainability.
Okay.
We've got a ton of their company info ready
Yeah.
to go, official documents, website stuff, all that.
Sounds like we're going to uncover some really interesting stuff.
I think so too.
I've actually been looking into them a bit beforehand, and it's fascinating how Rotex Technologies is more than just like a typical engineering firm.
Right.
They're global, with a real vision for the future,
I like that.
and using their know-how to solve real-world problems across so many industries.
So let's get started with the basics then.
Okay.
Who is Rotex Technologies? What kind of work do they actually do?
Well, they're based in the UK.
Okay.
But they work globally, specializing in sustainable energy solutions and all sorts of engineering services for clients all over.
So not just staying local.
Nope. Their expertise is in design and analysis, especially for electric equipment and rotating machinery. And they're really committed to that transition towards net zero.
Yeah, I noticed their motto, electrifying towards net zero. It's bold.
Definitely. It shows they're not just about small improvements, they're aiming for a total transformation in how we generate and use energy.
Big goals.
Huge. And their vision statement backs that up.
Oh, how come?
It says to be pioneer of digital transformation, driving businesses' success through innovative, sustainable technology solutions.
So they're not just keeping up with the times.
No way. They're trying to shape the future of energy.
Ambitious.
Yeah.
But how does that translate to their actual work? What services do they offer?
A huge range, actually. They've got stress and structural design analysis, fatigue and failure analysis, noise and vibration analysis, and that's not all.
Oh, I think
FEA, CFD, and even system integration advice.
Okay, starting to get technical now.
Yeah, and they've been applying all this expertise to projects in renewable energy, oil and gas, automotive, nuclear, and petrochemical industries.
And for how long?
For decades.
Wow, decades of experience.
Yeah.
And in so many different industries. That's impressive.
It really is. It means they understand not just the engineering itself, but the practical challenges of all these different sectors.
Makes sense. You mentioned FEA and CFD.
Yeah,
Those sound pretty high-tech.
they are. But they're essential these days.
Can you break those down a bit for those of us who aren't engineers?
Sure. So FEA, that stands for finite element analysis.
Okay.
It's basically using computer models to simulate how a structure behaves under stress, like a virtual stress test.
Interesting.
And CFD, that's computational fluid dynamics.
Okay.
It does the same, but for fluids, like simulating airflow around a wind turbine blade.
So they can find problems before they even build anything.
Exactly. It saves so much time and money and makes sure designs are safe and efficient from the start.
Smart. Sounds like Rotex Technologies is really on the cutting edge of engineering.
Oh, absolutely. And their commitment to innovation goes even further. They're big on research and development.
Like,
They partner with universities, research organizations, and they're always exploring new technologies like advanced manufacturing, prototyping, data science, machine learning,
wow.
even AI.
AI for engineering. What does that even look like?
Think of it as this powerful tool to optimize designs, predict maintenance needs, even improve the whole engineering process.
Can you give me an example?
Sure, imagine using AI to analyze tons of data from sensors on a wind turbine. You could predict exactly when maintenance is needed, preventing costly downtime.
So they're making things smarter and more efficient,
Exactly. They're not just adapting to the digital age, they're leading the way.
really pushing boundaries.
Yeah.
So we've talked about their engineering, their innovation, but there's another side to Rotex Technologies, right? The consultancy services.
That's right. And this is where you see their holistic approach, going beyond just technical stuff to give strategic guidance.
So helping companies navigate the big picture.
Yeah, it's a complex world out there, full of challenges and opportunities.
What kind of consultancy services do they offer?
They cover everything from product safety and compliance to operation improvements, even expert witness testimony and technical arbitration.
Wow.
And there's more. They can help with R&D strategy, new product launches, Industry 4.0 implementation, even sustainability integration.
So basically, they're the one-stop shop for companies looking to level up their engineering AD, their sustainability.
Exactly. It's not just about offering solutions. It's about building partnerships and helping their clients succeed in the long term.
So they're not just engineers, but business consultants and strategists as well.
They are, and they bring decades of experience from working across so many industries. That gives them a unique ability to see the bigger picture and offer insights others might miss.
Okay, so they've got the technical skills, the innovative spirit, and the strategic vision.
It's an impressive combination.
But where are they actually making a difference? What's some of their real-world work?
They're involved in some of the most crucial industries for our future: solar and energy storage systems, nuclear power, wind energy, oil and gas, marine, and even petrochemical.
So working on solutions to some of the biggest challenges we face.
Absolutely. And they're not just talking about sustainability, they're actually putting it into practice.
And importantly, they're not limited to just the UK or Europe, right? They're a global company.
That's right. Their reach is global, and it shows their dedication to making a positive impact on a worldwide scale.
I'm already starting to see why Rotex Technologies is a company to watch. They're doing some incredible things.
They really are. And we've only scratched the surface. There's so much more to discover as we dive deeper.
Well, let's dive in. I'm ready to learn more about what Rotex Technology is doing to shape the future of engineering and sustainability.
Let's do it. You know, it's pretty amazing how they managed to blend deep engineering knowledge with a global perspective. It's not just about the technical stuff, it's about understanding different markets, different cultures.
Yeah, definitely. You can't just have a one-size-fits-all approach when you're working all over the world. Every region has its own unique challenges and opportunities. But how do they even manage that global collaboration? It sounds super complex.
Well, for one thing, they really prioritize building strong relationships with their clients and partners, no matter where they are in the world. It's all about clear communication, respect for those cultural differences, and being flexible enough to adapt to different ways of working.
So it's not just about having the best engineers. It's about having engineers who are also great communicators and like cultural ambassadors.
Exactly. And from what I've gathered, Rotex Technologies really cultivates that kind of company culture. They understand that successful global collaboration needs more than just technical skills.
I bet this global reach also gives them a unique perspective on the future of engineering, too. What trends are they seeing? What's on the horizon?
Well, their vision statement puts a big emphasis on being pioneers of digital transformation. That tells me they're keeping a close eye on things like AI, machine learning, the Internet of Things, and how all of that can be used in engineering solutions.
So they're not just waiting for the future to happen, they're actively shaping it.
Exactly. And it's not just about using those technologies themselves, it's about helping their clients embrace that digital transformation too.
It sounds like they're on a mission to revolutionize not just engineering, but entire industries. But let's shift gears a bit and talk about something a little more, well, tangible. We've talked about their vision, their global reach, but what about their day-to-day work?
You mean, what's it like to actually be an engineer at Rotex Technologies?
Exactly. What kinds of projects are they working on? What challenges do they face? What are the rewards of working at a company like that?
We don't have specifics on their daily routines, but we can get some clues from their areas of expertise. For example, we know they specialize in designing and analyzing rotating equipment and electric machines.
Can you remind our listeners what exactly that includes? I'm picturing like gears and turbines, but I'm sure it's broader than that.
You're on the right track. Think motors, generators, turbines, pumps, compressors, basically anything with moving parts that uses or generates power. They're essential components in so many industries: power plants, factories, transportation systems, you name it.
So their work has a pretty big impact on our everyday lives, even if we don't realize it.
Absolutely. And it requires a deep understanding of both mechanical and electrical engineering. Rotex Technologies doesn't just design these machines from scratch, they also analyze existing ones to find potential problems and recommend solutions. That way they operate safely and efficiently.
It's like they're doctors for machines, keeping them healthy and running smoothly. I imagine that involves a mix of hands-on experience and cutting-edge technology.
Exactly. They use all sorts of techniques, including those advanced computer simulations we talked about earlier, FEA and CFD. This allows them to test and refine designs virtually, so they can optimize performance and catch potential issues before they cause problems in the real world.
Fascinating.
Right.
So cutting-edge tech to push the boundaries of engineering. But what happens when things go wrong in the real world, like a machine breaks down unexpectedly?
That's where their field services and troubleshooting expertise come in. Even with the best designs, machines can have problems out in the field, and downtime can be really expensive for businesses.
So they have engineers ready to go on-site and fix things. Sounds like a demanding job.
It can be, but it's also very rewarding. These engineers are like detectives, using their knowledge and experience to diagnose the problem and get things back up and running as quickly as possible.
It must be a rush to solve a complex problem under pressure, knowing you've saved the day for a client.
I bet it is. And the fact that Rotex Technologies offers these field services shows their commitment to complete solutions for their clients. They're not just designing something and walking away, they're there to support their clients throughout the entire project.
That level of dedication is impressive. But we can't forget about their consultancy services. We touched on it earlier, but I want to dig a little deeper.
Of course, their consultancy services are pretty diverse, reflecting their overall problem-solving approach. It's about helping businesses improve their operations as a whole, not just fixing specific technical issues.
So it's about looking at the big picture and how engineering decisions impact the entire business.
Exactly. They might advise on product safety, help streamline operations, or even give expert testimony in technical disputes. Their consultancy expertise shows they understand not just engineering, but the whole business landscape their clients operate in.
It sounds like they're not just engineers, but strategic partners, helping their clients navigate complex challenges and reach their goals.
Exactly. Their consultancy work proves they can go beyond just technical solutions and offer strategic insights that make a real difference to a business's success. And remember, they're bringing decades of experience from all those different industries to these consultations.
That experience must be so valuable. It's like having a team of advisors who've seen it all and can anticipate problems before they even happen.
You could say that. They're not just throwing out theoretical solutions, they're drawing on real-world experience to give practical, effective advice.
Okay, so they've got the technical skills, the troubleshooting skills, the consultancy know-how. But how are they applying all this to solve real-world problems in specific industries? I'm especially curious about their work in renewable energy.
Great question. Their work in renewable energy is a great example of how they're using their expertise to move us towards a more sustainable future.
Let's start with solar. What are they doing in that area?
Rotex Technologies is deeply involved in the solar and energy storage system industry. As the world shifts away from fossil fuels, the demand for clean energy sources like solar is exploding.
But solar power is intermittent, right? You can't generate electricity from solar panels when the sun's not shining.
That's where energy storage comes in. And Rotex Technologies is at the forefront of developing those advanced energy storage solutions, making solar power more reliable and accessible.
So they're not just helping to generate clean energy, they're making it more practical for everyday use.
Exactly. Their work in energy storage is crucial for making a truly sustainable energy future a reality.
Okay, solar and energy storage are key parts of the clean energy puzzle. But what about wind power?
They're active there too. They provide engineering support for the design, analysis, and upkeep of wind turbines.
Wind turbines, those giant things you see all over the place. I imagine they come with some pretty unique engineering challenges.
Absolutely. Wind turbines have to withstand some incredibly harsh conditions. Strong winds, extreme temperatures, constant vibration. They have to be super tough to operate reliably for years.
So it's not just designing something that can handle those forces, it's making sure it can generate electricity efficiently and safely for its entire life.
Right. Rotex Technologies brings their deep understanding of stress analysis, fatigue, and vibration to these challenges, ensuring that wind turbines are designed and maintained for top performance and longevity.
It's amazing to think they're playing a part in using wind power to create clean energy. What other renewable energy technologies are they involved with?
They also work with solar PVT systems and heat pumps.
Those sound a bit more specialized. Can you tell us more about them?
Of course. Solar PVT systems are really cool because they combine solar thermal and photovoltaic technologies. That means they generate both heat and electricity from the sun. Double the benefit.
Wow, that's efficient. A smarter way to use solar energy. And what about heat pumps? I've had those mentioned in discussions about energy efficiency.
Heat pumps are super efficient systems for heating and cooling buildings using electricity. They can move heat from one place to another, either extracting it from the ground or the air.
So they're kind of like reverse refrigerators. Instead of taking heat out to keep things cold, they could bring heat in to make things warm.
Perfect analogy. And because they're moving heat, not generating it directly, they can be way more energy efficient than traditional heating and cooling systems.
Rotex Technologies is really covering a lot of ground with renewable energy solutions. They seem very dedicated to moving us towards a cleaner and more sustainable energy future. But what about nuclear power? That one often sparks debate.
Nuclear power is definitely a complex issue, with strong arguments on both sides. But one thing's for sure. Nuclear power plants, whatever your stance on their role in the energy mix, need the highest standards of safety and engineering excellence.
And Rotex Technologies helps ensure those standards are met.
Absolutely. They provide the engineering expertise to make sure existing nuclear plants operate safely and efficiently. They're also involved in developing those small modular reactors, or SMRs.
I've heard about SMRs. Aren't those a newer type of nuclear reactor?
Yep. SMRs are designed to be smaller, more modular, and potentially safer than traditional reactors. They're a pretty innovative approach to nuclear power, and Rotex Technologies is right there on the cutting edge of this emerging technology.
So they're not just maintaining the status quo, they're pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the nuclear industry, too.
Exactly. And their nuclear engineering expertise is only going to become more important as the world tackles climate change and the need to reduce carbon emissions.
Okay, so they're working on renewable energy and nuclear power.
Hmm.
What about some of the industries that are seen as less environmentally friendly, like oil and gas, marine, and petrochemical?
Rotex Technologies works in those sectors too, because they recognize that even industries that have historically relied on fossil fuels have to adapt and evolve to lessen their environmental impact.
That's a really important point. We can't just shut those industries down overnight. We need to find ways to make them more sustainable while we transition to cleaner energy sources.
Right. And Rotex Technologies is helping them do just that. For example, in the oil and gas industry, they're developing technologies to make oil and gas extraction more efficient and reduce emissions.
So making those processes cleaner and more sustainable.
Precisely. They're also applying their know-how to the marine industry, working on things like electric ships and offshore wind farms.
Electric ships. That sounds like science fiction.
It might sound futuristic, but it's becoming a reality thanks to companies like Rotex Technologies. They're helping to electrify shipping, which is a huge contributor to global emissions.
Wow, they're involved in so many aspects of the energy transition.
They are, and their work in the petrochemical industry is just as important. They're developing more sustainable ways to produce the chemicals and plastics we use every day.
So they're tackling the challenge of making those essential materials in a way that's less harmful to the planet.
Exactly. It's about finding smart solutions to make the world more sustainable, from the energy we use to the products we consume.
Okay, we've got renewable energy, nuclear power, oil and gas, marine, and petrochemical. Is there any industry they're not involved in?
We can't forget about the automotive and aerospace industries. Both are going through big changes right now, driven by new technology and the need to become more environmentally friendly.
I can only imagine. Electric vehicles are getting more and more popular, and there's a lot of buzz about self-driving cars, even flying cars someday.
You got it. Rotex Technologies is contributing to those advances in the automotive world by working on electric vehicle tech and autonomous driving systems. They're helping to shape the future of transportation, making it cleaner, safer, and more efficient.
And what about aerospace? That industry has always been about pushing the limits of technology.
Definitely. Rotex Technologies is involved in developing more efficient and sustainable aircraft. That's vital for reducing the environmental impact of flying.
It's amazing to think they're working on solutions to make flying more sustainable. Their expertise is so versatile, applicable across so many industries.
It really is impressive. They're a multifaceted company with a real passion for innovation and a commitment to making a positive impact. But let's shift gears for a moment and explore a slightly different side of Rotex Technologies. We've talked a lot about their technical expertise, but I'm also curious about their values, their principles. What drives them? What do they believe in?
That's a great question. It's one thing to be good at what you do, but it's another to have a strong sense of purpose guiding your work. What can you tell us about the values that underpin Rotex Technologies?
Well, based on what we've learned so far, I think it's safe to say they're driven by a strong sense of purpose. They're not just in it for the profit, they genuinely want to make a difference. Their motto, electrifying towards net zero, isn't just a slogan. It shows a real commitment to dealing with the urgent need to move to a more sustainable energy future.
So purpose is a big one. What else?
I think they also put a huge value on innovation. They're always pushing the boundaries of what's possible, trying out new technologies, coming up with creative solutions to tough problems. They're not satisfied with the way things are. They want to make things better, to find new and better ways to solve the world's challenges.
So they're not afraid to take risks and go against conventional wisdom.
Exactly. And I think that's a big part of their success. In a world that's changing so rapidly, the companies that thrive are the ones that embrace change and can adapt quickly. Rotex Technologies seems to have that mindset built into their DNA.
Purpose, innovation,
Yeah.
anything else.
Their dedication to sustainability is definitely a core value. They understand the urgency of tackling climate change, and they're focused on developing solutions that help create a more sustainable future. Their work in renewable energy, making traditional industries more efficient, and exploring new tech like SMRs, it all points to a deep commitment to environmental responsibility.
So it's not just about building cool technology. It's about using that technology to make a positive impact on the planet. It's about making sure future generations inherit a world that's healthy and sustainable.
Exactly. And I think that's what makes them so inspiring. They're showing that you can be successful and do good in the world at the same time. Profit and purpose can go hand in hand.
I love that. It's a message we need to hear more of, especially in today's business world where short-term gains often overshadow long-term sustainability.
I agree. Rotex Technologies is setting an example, showing that you can build a successful business and be a responsible steward of our planet.
This has been such an eye-opening conversation. We're getting a real feel for what Rotex technology is all about, both technically and philosophically. But before we get too caught up in their inspiring vision, I want to go back to something you mentioned about their global reach. We talked about the challenges of international collaboration, but I'm curious about the opportunities. What are some of the benefits of working with a company that has such a global perspective?
That's a great question. There are definitely some key advantages to working with a global company like Rotex Technologies.
Like what? Give me the inside scoop.
First off, working with a global company gives you access to a much larger pool of talent and expertise. You're not just limited to the engineers in your own area. You can tap into the best minds from all over the world.
So you're not just getting a local perspective, you're getting a truly global one, shaped by the knowledge and experience of people from all different backgrounds and cultures.
Precisely. And that can be a huge advantage when you're trying to solve complex engineering problems. Different cultures often have different ways of approaching problems, so a diverse team can lead to more creative and innovative solutions.
It's like having a global brain trust at your fingertips. Okay, access to a wider talent pool is definitely a plus. What else?
Another big benefit is access to more markets. If you want to take your business international, Rotex Technologies can be a huge help. They know how to navigate the complexities of different cultures and regulations, so your products or services can meet the specific needs of each market.
So they're not just engineers, they're cultural advisors and business strategists too, helping their clients expand their reach and succeed in new markets.
Exactly. They have the experience and the connections to help you overcome the hurdles that often come with international expansion. They can help you understand the local market, build relationships with key players, and tailor your approach to ensure success.
Okay, access to talent, access to markets, anything else?
I think one of the most valuable benefits is access to a wider range of perspectives and ideas. It's not just about getting the work done, it's about learning from each other and broadening your horizons.
It's about recognizing that there's more than one way to solve a problem, and sometimes the best solutions come from unexpected places.
Exactly. And that kind of cross-cultural exchange can be incredibly enriching, both personally and professionally. It can make you a better engineer, a better business person, and a better global citizen.
You've convinced me. Working with a global company like Rotex Technologies seems like a no-brainer. You get the technical expertise, the global reach, the diverse perspectives, and the commitment to making a positive impact.
Couldn't agree more. It's a winning combination.
All right, I think we've covered just about everything there is to know about Rotex Technologies.
Well, I wouldn't say everything. There's always more to learn, especially with a company as dynamic and innovative as Rotex Technologies. But I think we've given our listeners a pretty good overview.
I agree, and I hope they're as impressed as we are.
Me too. And I hope this deep dive has made them want to learn more about the amazing world of engineering and sustainability.
Okay, before we wrap up, I want to go back to something you mentioned earlier, their emphasis on collaboration. You said they're always looking to partner with other companies, universities, research organizations. Could you tell us more about how that collaborative approach works in practice?
Rotex Technologies really embraces the idea that innovation often happens when different disciplines come together. They know they don't have all the answers, and that the best solutions often come from working with people who bring different perspectives and expertise to the table.
So it's not about being the smartest person in the room. It's about bringing the smartest people from different rooms together and creating a space where their minds can connect and spark new ideas.
Exactly. And they're not just collaborating with other engineers, they're working with data scientists, environmental experts, social scientists, even artists and designers. They understand that to solve complex problems, you need to bring a diverse range of perspectives and skills.
It's like they're creating a melting pot of innovation, where ideas from different fields can collide and fuse into something truly groundbreaking.
That's a fantastic way to put it. And this collaborative approach isn't just a philosophy, it's a practical strategy for achieving their goals. By partnering with others, they gain access to more resources, knowledge, and expertise, which allows them to tackle bigger projects and have a greater impact.
It's like they're multiplying their impact by tapping into the collective intelligence of a whole network of partners.
Exactly. And that network goes far beyond the UK. They have partnerships with organizations all over the world, which gives them a truly global perspective on the challenges and opportunities facing us all.
This collaborative approach really sets them apart from other engineering firms that might be more focused on competing than cooperating.
I agree. They seem to understand that in today's world, the biggest challenges can't be solved by working alone. It takes partnership and a willingness to share knowledge and resources.
Okay, we've talked about their collaborative approach, their global reach, their commitment to sustainability, their technical expertise. Is there anything else we need to know about Rotex technologies?
Well, one thing that really impresses me is their very practical approach to problem solving. They're not just coming up with pie in the sky ideas, they're figuring out how to make things work in the real world. They're not afraid to roll up their sleeves and get involved, and they're always looking for practical, cost-effective solutions that will actually benefit their clients.
So they're not just dreamers, they're doers. They have the vision to imagine a better future and the practical skills to make it happen.
Exactly. And that mix of vision and practicality is what makes them such a valuable partner for their clients. They're not just offering a product or a service, they're offering a true partnership built on trust, expertise, and a shared commitment to success.
This deep dive has been so insightful. We're really getting a sense of what Rotex technology is all about, both technically and in terms of their philosophy.
We really are, and I think it's safe to say that they're a company that's truly making a difference. They're pushing the boundaries of engineering, and they're doing it with a deep sense of purpose and integrity.
Absolutely. And for anyone out there looking for a company that's making a real difference, Rotex Technologies is definitely worth checking out.
I couldn't agree more. They're definitely a company to keep an eye on. I'm excited to see what they do next.
Okay, before we move on to our final thoughts, I want to come back to something you brought up earlier. Their focus on a human-centered approach to engineering. It's obvious they're not just thinking about the technical side of a project, but also about the people who'll be using and benefiting from their work.
That's a great observation. Their commitment to human-centered design shines through in everything they do, from their focus on safety and reliability to their efforts to make their technologies easy to use and accessible. They're not just building machines, they're building solutions that will improve people's lives and make the world a better place.
It's a great perspective, especially in a field that's often seen as purely technical and objective. They're reminding us that engineering is ultimately about people, and that the best engineering solutions are the ones that meet human needs and aspirations.
Right. They're not just building bridges and power plants, they're building a better future for all of us.
I'm really impressed by their holistic approach to engineering. It's clear that they're not just a company, they're a community of people who are passionate about making a positive impact.
I agree. They're a fantastic example of how engineering can be a force for good in the world.
Well, I think we've covered just about everything there is to know about Rotex Technologies in this deep dive. We've looked at their expertise, their global reach, their dedication to sustainability, their collaborative approach, and their human-centered design philosophy.
We have, and I think it's safe to say we're both really impressed with what we've discovered.
Absolutely. They're a company that's truly pushing the limits of what's possible in engineering, and they're doing it with a real sense of purpose and integrity. So for any of our listeners out there who are looking for a company that's making a real difference, Rotex Technologies is definitely one to keep an eye on.
Couldn't agree more. They're a company to watch, and I'm excited to see what they do next.
Well, on that note, it's time for us to wrap things up. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of Rotex Technologies. Until next time.
Goodbye, everyone.